Well, it's February 27, 2025, just 10 a.m. in the morning, and right now I'm in the parking lot at the Mount Desert Island Hospital in Bar Harbor. I just came out of an appointment with my oncologist. Oncologist, you say? Yes, I have a blood cancer, chronic lymphocytic leukemia, and I went through treatment just 7 years ago, and it is slowly coming back. So today's appointment was the first one I've had in a year, and the doctor said that, yeah, the signs are slowly increasing, but there's nothing to worry about, and he doesn't need to see me for another year. So that's good. And so I'm just about finished with my sort of doctor-thon that I've been going through for the last 10 days. I think this was my 5th appointment, and I have one more on Monday, March 3rd, in connection with the knee replacement. So anyway, that was good today. I spent about 40 minutes in the hospital for a 5-minute appointment. So anyway, that's where I am. The leukemia is coming back slowly, but my white blood count is essentially unchanged over the last year, so I'm not feeling too bad about that. Anyway, I will have an update on it later today when I actually get the access to the results of the blood test that they did on Tuesday, but the hospital has a 48-hour waiting period before they give you the results. So anyway, we'll find out then. So let's go take a look at Bar Harbor today, February 27, 2025. Alrighty, we're heading out of the hospital parking area and back over to Main Street. So that we can head down. It's supposed to be snowing. It was supposed to start snowing about 9 o'clock, but it has not, as you can see. My truck says it's 34 degrees, and it's supposed to warm up. So it's possible, I hope, that we're going to get rain instead of snow, which would be great. Anyway, we're on Main Street and we're headed toward downtown Bar Harbor. It's going past the Bar Harbor Grand Hotel, which is a relatively new hotel. Still closed for the season, as are most of the hotels. There are a couple small ones that are open, but all the big ones are still closed. And there are a few restaurants that are open, not necessarily every day, but most things are still closed. As we head into downtown, there's the Village Green, which right now is sort of the Village White, in that it is snow covered. We had a snowstorm about a week ago that started out as snow, transitioned to sleet, and then freezing rain, and then the temperature went down to 10 degrees. So everything was covered with a sheet of ice. Anyway, you can see downtown Bar Harbor has a few cars parked down here, but it's not what I would call busy. I suspect most of the cars that are here are a few people that are maybe starting to get their businesses ready to open up for the season, which is going to start in about 2 months. Okay, here's Agamont Park. I'm not going to go in there because following the storm we had last week, that snow will really just be a sheet of ice. No point in trying to walk in there. So we'll go down to the town dock and I'll hop out and we'll take a look at the harbor. go. This time of year, plenty of parking, and it's free. Oh. So here we come, Bar Harbor Town Dock. And I'm not going to try to walk any of the shore path. It looks, what I can see of it from here is a sheet of ice. Since that last storm, everything around here is a sheet of ice. It's been kind of a mess. It's a little choppy. I think there might be a bit of a breeze out here. And as I said, it is supposed to snow today. And it's supposed to have started already, but so far I don't see it. Okay, I'm going to hop out and we'll take a look around. Well, it is a little breezy, and you can see the Bar Harbor here is totally empty. There's not a single boat in the harbor. And the only thing over there is the mooring service barge. And we'll look up toward Main Street. Oh, a little grass in Agamont Park, but mostly snow and ice. Bar Harbor Inn over there. And it's not that cold, but I don't see any sign of snow yet, which is good. I'm hoping to get home before it starts. There's Bar Island. It's pretty close to high tide right now, so the bar is completely submerged. We're looking over where it would be right now. Okay, I'm going to head back up Main Street to Cottage, and then I got a quick stop at the supermarket, and then I'm going to head home. Okay, here we come. Out of parking here on the Bar Harbor Town Dock. Head up toward Agamont Park. And as I said, there is a small patch of grass there. I suspect it has been kind of windy. I suspect that during the storm, the wind kept that spot free of snow and ice. And we'll come over here. And we'll go back up Main Street to Cottage, which is the first street up the hill, and then down to the Hannaford Supermarket, which, since I had to come over here, got put on my list of places to go. It's pretty quiet here. Not much going on in Bar Harbor. Sherman's bookstore is open, but not much else. Okay, here we go, down Cottage Street. Very quiet today. A few cars parked here, and you can see from the snow plows on some of the pickup trucks that people were in. Oh, camera just quit. So people were anticipating snow today. It was supposed to have started by now, but yep, I'm fine with it. If I can get home before it starts, that will be great. Cash price for gas, $2.99 here in Bar Harbor. I filled up in Ellsworth on Tuesday for $2.86. So I'm not feeling too bad about that. And here we come to the Hannaford Supermarket. So I'm going to go in. I got just a couple things on my list, and then I will head home. Well, I just pulled out of the parking spot at the supermarket, and we're going to head out of town. And I'm going to come back later today with another video once I know what my full blood results are. I had the test on Tuesday at 2 o'clock, but the lab doesn't release them to me via the online system for 48 hours. So this afternoon about 3 I should have the full blood test results, and I can talk more knowledgeably about where my chronic lymphocytic leukemia is going. The doctor, he just said everything looks good, see you in a year. So now that's what's up. And anyway, we're heading out of Bar Harbor here. We're on Cottage Street. We're gonna come up here to the stop sign, make a left. And as I came out of the supermarket, there were just a few flakes of snow floating around. So maybe I'll drive into a little snow. Hopefully not. It'd be nice if I could get home before anything comes down. It's supposed to change over to rain at 1 o'clock, so we'll see. Ooh, an out-of-stater in front of me, a tourist from Vermont. Okay, here we go. As we head up here, I never turn there in the summer because it's almost impossible to make a left turn onto this street from Cottage because of tourist traffic. Anyway, we'll come up here and head out of town. So it's been a quiet trip over here. I was a little apprehensive because the forecast had it starting to snow by about 8:30 this morning. And it's 10:48 now, and as you can see, it does not appear to be snowing, at least not enough to matter. As I said, when I came out of the supermarket, I saw a couple of flakes of snow floating around, but they weren't any big deal, and it has not increased. So hopefully we'll make it home before it snows. The forecast for today called for ½ an inch of snow at my house and 1 to 2 inches over here. And we were supposed to be kind of in peak snow right now, which would appear we are not. So anyway, we will continue back to Bass Harbor as we head out of metropolitan Bar Harbor. And I say that because, of course, the entire northern third of the island is in the town of Bar Harbor. So we'll be in Bar Harbor until we're almost to Soamesville. We're going to go out this way. We will, in just less than a ½ mile, we'll pass the entrance to Acadia National Park that you would take if you wanted to go up to the top of Cadillac Mountain. Can't do that this time of year. The road is closed. So here we go, Acadia National Park, Cadillac Mountain entrance. And there are a few snowflakes floating around. And here's the road. And a few people parked there. People are walking on the frozen, snowy road. It'll open up in a couple of months. And the next thing we're going to see is Eagle Lake. I can see a hill up there. The view is a little bit fuzzy, so I think there might be some snow ahead. Looks like there's very light snow coming down. Yeah, we're starting to get a few flakes. So hopefully before it starts to stick on the road, I will be home. We're also going up to a sort of high point on this drive, which is just past the Eagle Lake carriage road entrance. As you can see, as we're going up, we're getting a little bit more snow. I don't know if you can see that in the image, but it's definitely there. Truck says it's 36 degrees though, so it's warmer than when we came over. So there's a chance that when we get back over toward Bass Harbor, that if it is, it'll change over to rain, which it's supposed to do between 11 and 1. So by the time we get over there, it will be close to 11. Okay, here is the Eagle Lake Carriage Road entrance. And wow, there's nobody in the parking lot. That's amazing. The carriage roads right now, though, are a total sheet of ice. So, because of the weather we've had for the last couple of weeks. So there wouldn't be much, you wouldn't want to ski on it, just, wouldn't be any good. And you certainly don't want to walk on a sheet of ice. So I'm not surprised nobody is there today. And right up here, where we go past park headquarters, which is off to the left, this is the high point on the drive from Bass Harbor to Bar Harbor, or vice versa. You can see we descend here. 34 degrees here. It was 36 in Bar Harbor. So just coming up a couple hundred feet was all it took to cool us off a little. And hopefully we will descend back into the warmth, because we're going to come down almost to sea level at Somme Sound. And hopefully from there on it'll be warm enough that if this mega blizzard I'm experiencing right now continues, it will be rain. But given what I was expecting from the forecasts, this is nothing. And well, by any standard, this is nothing, but the forecasts are saying that we could get some pretty heavy snow bands around 11 o'clock today. So we still have 6 minutes for that to happen. But this amount of snow is not an issue for me. Okay, so it's pretty benign, and you can see what the drive across the island looks like here at the end of February. So I'm going to stop and pick this up again when we get over near Southwest Harbor. Okay, I've just driven through downtown Southwest Harbor, and I am going to take what I call the scenic route back, Route 102A, right here, this left turn. And this will take us out to the Acadia National Park coast strip at Seawall. And we can have a look at the ocean. You can see it's still snowing lightly, but it's not sticking. Temperature here is 35 degrees. I had the radio on just a minute ago, and they were talking about the weather, and they said the snow has changed over to rain along the coast. Well, not here. Although I don't expect it to accumulate much here at all, given that it's coming down above freezing. And it probably will switch over to rain pretty quickly. So I'm going to go down and we'll drive along the shore here on Shore Road in Southwest Harbor. And this is the south side of the harbor. Just run down here. Looks like there's still a little ice here and there on this road. And you can see the harbor ahead. There are a few lobster boats in the harbor on moorings, but not many. Most of them that are wintering over are at the marina. And there's one lone boat in the harbor out here. I'll just take a look out the window. We've had some freeze thaw lately, and that has produced some frost heaves in the road, which is why the drive is so bumpy. This time of year, our roads are generally in pretty crummy condition because of frost heaves and freeze thaw. And it looks like it's a really high tide right now. Whoa. Yep. Manset Town Dock right there. And we'll continue on past. And we're right down next to the water. And I'm half on ice. Okay, we're going to turn up away from the shore, go back up to the main highway. And I don't know if you can see the really fine snowflakes that are falling out there, but as I said, they're not sticking to anything, so they're not an issue for driving, but you can see them. And this is Route 102A again. Yeah, looks like there's no traffic. Oh, one car coming the other way. And just very, very light snow today. And I will film as we drive through the National Park Strip, but I'll stay on the state highway. The Park Service has not updated their website to reflect the changes in video policy put into effect by the Explore Act at the first of the year. So I don't want to push it by actually going into the park. The state highway is actually goes through the park, but is not itself in the park. So we'll have a look as we drive through, but I'm not going to pull off. Okay. Well, I'm really glad that I'm not driving through fresh snow on the road. Although it is snowing, it isn't a big deal. We can look out there toward the Cranberry Islands. A little bit hazy looking because of these fine snowflakes in the air. Okay. So it's been a nice, not a bad drive over to Bar Harbor. Not as bad as I was expecting. Based on the radar maps and the forecast, I expected to drive into snow on the way over and be in snow all the way on the way back. Now, admittedly, it is snowing now, but it's not amounting to anything, so. And we're coming up here. Oh, there's a deer straight ahead alongside the road. This spot right here, oh, there's another one crossing. Are there any more? more. There are several others in there. There's 2 more. This area often has deer because I think some of the people that live here feed them. Snow is picking up in intensity. Still not sticking on the road though, as we are getting right out to the coast of the Gulf of Maine. And in just a little bit, we'll take a look out over the ocean on a snowy February 27, 2025. Okay, turn the camera so you can see out over the ocean. There's a bit of a swell running, a little bit of surf on the rocks, not much though, not a big deal. And the road has survived the winter so far. We did have some pretty nasty storms with 60+ mile-an-hour winds, but the wind directions were such that we didn't have big seas back there at Seawall where the road washed out last year. Okay. You can see there's a fair amount of snow blowing through here, but it's not sticking on the road yet. Temperature is back down to 34. I think that's because of the amount of snow in the air. It's cooling it off. But I can see a little snow blowing across the road, but not much. Alrighty, we'll see if anybody is walking the 2 national park trails up here, and then I'll end this little video, which is more of a travelogue across the island from Bar Harbor back home to Bass Harbor. Sorry for the jerky camera motion. I hope the stabilization gets rid of most of it, but the road is pretty lumpy from frost heaves, because it has been getting up into the 40s these last few days, then going down below freezing at night. Oh, we actually have a little bit of snow accumulation on the road right here. Wow. And nobody is walking the Wonderland Trail, which is past the parking area for it. And up here another couple hundred yards is parking for the Ship Harbor Trail. Both trails, I'm sure, are basically sheets of ice right now. So I would be surprised if there's anybody walking either trail. Okay, here's parking for Ship Harbor coming up right here. And there's nobody there. So, and a little tiny bit of snow on the road right here. Not very much though. As we head into the village of Bass Harbor. We're actually in Bass Harbor now. The boundary is at the Ship Harbor parking area. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm going to wrap this up now that we're back in Bass Harbor. Hope you enjoyed having a look at Bar Harbor. And as I said, I'll be back this afternoon with a short video once I get access to my blood count data to see, what's really going on with my chronic lymphocytic leukemia. Okay, thanks for coming along.